Your lawyer asking you this question last time we were in court?
You would call 911 and pretend to be Ms. Van Horn or anybody else.
No, I don't specifically remember that, but now that I hear it, I hear it.
Do you remember saying that you did not call the police pretending to be Sharice Van Horn?
I don't really remember much of my testimony from that day, so I suggest that you ask me questions directly now so that I can answer them now today.
I think the answer to that question, Ms. Barrett, would be no, you don't recall.
Correct. I do not recall.
Very good.
I'd like to lay some foundation.
Go ahead.
The transcripts clearly show her stating that she denied calling the cops pretending to be Sharice Van Horn. I would like to know if you remember this audio at all.
Objection, irrelevant.
She objected?
Well, she's not in a position.
I absolutely objected. I hope my lawyer can back me up there.
You are not in a position to object, Ms. Barrett. You're being questioned. You must answer the questions.
Then can I speak with Mr. Knapp in chambers briefly, please? If I can't have any communication whatsoever. Like, I would like him to object.
Well,
Mr. Knapp?
sounds like we need to object. I'm not sure what the objection is yet because I haven't heard.
The objection is he's bringing in irrelevant audio, irrelevant stuff that doesn't pertain to today. That's the objection. So I'd like to speak to you, like, not in front of the whole court about this, please.
Okay, we'll take a brief recess, unless you just wish to proceed, Mr. Knapp.
Okay, I'll step out of the room and we'll take the time to talk on the phone. Yeah. Excuse me, Your Honor.
Sure. Please be seated. Okay, Mr. Knapp.
Well, we'd object to this, Your Honor. Basically, it's pertaining to hearsay evidence, and it's not relevant.
Okay.
It sounds to me like the testimony has to do with one of the previous witnesses.
Mr. Cortner, your response.
She claims in court that she never called the police pretending to be Sharice Van Horn, and then they tried to impeach my witness's testimony by asking her if that ever happened. She said it never happened, and I'm trying to prove that it did in fact happen. She did in fact do a SWAT call pretending to be Sharice Van Horn, and she recorded and put it online, and I have the evidence right here. It proves that she perjured herself in court.
Okay. So, Mr. Cortner, if you have a video or an audio recording which is contrary to testimony that Ms. Barrett gave on a previous occasion, even though it is on a matter which does not deal directly with you and her regarding your conflict or your request for a protection order from her, it can be brought in as impeachment, and I will permit you to play that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
County Sheriff's Office. Hi, this is Sharice Van Horn, and I had called in a wellness check earlier on a Tammy Lynn Morrison, and I was not the only one who called in. She had a crazy live stream going where she's threatening people's lives, and my other friend called in. Her name is Kelly Cole, and she was promised that her identity would not be revealed. Well, guess what? They didn't come out to ever check on her, apparently. They didn't ever call Kelly back. They said they would. And now Tammy has just called Kelly, harassing her, threatening her life. Okay,
Your Honor, again, I'm going to object. This has nothing to do with any first-hand information that this witness has. If he has some testimony, he should just testify, as long as it's relevant and it's not hearsay.
Well, the issue here is impeachment. It does not go to the issues regarding the allegations made by Mr. Cortner in pursuant to his request for a protection order. But impeachment can deal with issues which are outside of the text of the case. So, again, Mr. Cortner, if I understood that correctly, she began by saying that her name was
Sharice Van Horn.
Reese Van Horn. Okay. So that's been offered and admitted. So ask your next question.
Okay. Did you deny pretending to be Sharon when you called the police last time we were in court?
Pretending to be Sharon. I admitted that I called the police pretending to be Sharon. I admitted that on a live stream. I actually called the police on a live stream pretending to be Sharon because Sharon lied about me.
Okay. Last time we were in court, she said no.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
I don't understand. He called a witness and now he's asking my client questions.
He is acting as his own attorney. He's cross-examining her. So he may continue.
Okay. I need you to listen to this next audio.
We'll see if that's possible. Oh, I just want him on the ground bloodied. See, I want him in a jail. I want him in the food line in jail, and you just want him on the ground bloodied. The problem with him being on the ground bloodied is at some point he'll have to, get up.
In that audio, what did you mean when you said, at some point I will have to get up if Haters Inc. beats me up or beats me to the ground bloody?
The video speaks for itself. Objection. How come, is he cross-examining Ms. Barrett now?
Yes.
Martin Pablo actually was, he's here actually, maybe he can speak on it as well. We were having a shtick on my live stream. What Cole Cortner is doing is he's taking basically my Jerry Springer-esque type of YouTube show, and he's trying to turn it into something where I am, quote, breaking the law, and it's just not true. So that's what's going on there.
So that's her answer?
That's my answer, honey.
Okay. So you consider it to be a stick when you talk about having me beaten up to a bloody pulp?
I never talked about you being beaten up to a bloody pulp. Martin and I were doing a shtick for my live stream at the time of the recording you played. Yes, sir.
How would him be on the ground bloodied is at some point he'll have to, get up.
So that was all just a stick?
Correct. Everything on my live stream is a shtick. Nothing on my live stream is serious. It is satire. It is in the description. It is comedy.
Okay. Have you ever had or encouraged an ex-Marine with known guns and self-confessed mental issues to beat me up?
No, and I absolutely oppose to you lying about that. Martin Pablo is here with us today, and I hope Mr. Knapp can question him about that.
Okay, I need to play this next video.
Please do.
Do a little old school style. Oops. Dig in the back of. Oh, by the way, but then actually do it, because I'm actually going to do mine. You got to have.
What did you mean by actually do it when he said he was going to handle me old school?
I don't even know. You're talking about something I said in the middle of a 4-hour live stream 3 months ago. I don't even know.
Okay. Have you ever told a man who says he is in a biker's gang to film beating me up for you?
No, and that is a complete lie.
Okay.
I moved to find Cole Cortner in contempt due to mass perjury.
That's not your role here. You're a witness, Ms. Barrett.
I'd like to play this
You
next
may
video.
play your video, Mr. Cortner.
I'm actually going to do these things. So if you say, "Oh, I'd rather take him out back and handle him old school," that's fine. I respect that. But actually do it. I want to see proof. I want that filmed. I want to, put up or shut up, dude.
Well, here's the issue about going to where he is. That is all Mongol territory. And okay, so
Can you explain what you meant in that video?
Yes, I was kidding.
So it's just a joke?
Yes, the whole show is a joke, and Cole Cortner knows this, Your Honor. He's taking little clips, and he's piecemealing things and making it, amplified, and he's lying. He's saying that I encouraged Martin Pablo to make videos against him. Never did. He's saying that I encouraged Martin Pablo to threaten him. Never happened. The video that he's referring to that he brought into court on the July 29th, Martin Pablo did not even know me when he made that video. So that is a complete lie.
So it was just a joke, you said, right?
My live streams are a joke, yes. They are public live streams. If they weren't a joke, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are public live streams. It's comedy.
So when you said actually do it, you were just joking?
Absolutely. Are you high? Do you not get that that's a joke?
You've answered the question, Ms. Barrett.
I was completing the answer.
Have you ever made death threats to me?
No.
I'd like to play this next audio.
I made a death threat on ODN Live. Oh, I made a death threat on ODN. Oh, ODN, go fuck yourself. That is a death threat.
Can you tell me what you meant there?
Oh, absolutely. I feel we've explained that last time. I said, I made a death threat. Go fuck yourself. There's your death threat, meaning that you fucking yourself is a fate worse than death. Meaning that if somebody had sex with you, that would be worse than them dying. That is something that I said. That is not an actual death threat. That's saying go fuck yourself. And that somebody fucking you, they'd probably rather die than fuck you. That's what that meant. Next.
What did you mean in this video?
Oh, Goonie, I'll have him taken care of. Let's just put it that way. I got you, Goonie. I got you.
I was talking about oral
You know I
sex.
do, baby girl. You know I do, too. Yeah, Goonie not happy.
Oral sex, going down on someone, fellatio, dick sucking. That's what I was talking about in that little clip, Cole. Thanks for bringing that in here this morning.
When you said you were going to have me taken care of, you meant oral sex?
No, the clip you played with Goonie, we were talking about oral sex. I remember that stream. That's what that's referring to.
Okay, but you say Cole Cortner. When you say...
Oh, I don't remember saying Cole Cortner. I remember talking with Goonie about oral sex on my stream, but I don't remember saying anything about you.
Can I play the video for her again?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, Goonie, I'll have him taken care of. Let's just put it that way. I got you, Goonie. I got you.
Oh, I know.
You know I do,
I was going to have you exposed on my channel.
Goonie not
I was going to have you exposed on my channel. That's what that means. Do
Okay,
you not know what that means? Are you not a YouTuber, Mr. Cortner?
so right here where it says, I hope Sarah has you taken out, Cole Cortner. When you said you're going to have me taken care of, you were talking about exposing me?
Anytime I say I'm going to have someone taken care of or we're going to take care of that on my show, I mean exposing them on either my panel or somebody else's panel. Yes, that's what that means. I believe you know what that means because you happen to be a YouTuber as well.
What did it mean? What did it mean to you when you read the comment from Mama Goonie that said, I hope Sarah has you taken out, Cole Cortner?
Your Honor asked and answered, and it's.
I was reading a comment that Mama Goonie put into the chat. I was reading out her comment. I wasn't making a comment about her comment. I was reading what she wrote into the chat.
So when you replied back,
Period.
you'll have me taken care of, you weren't replying back to Mama Goonie?
I was replying back to Mama Goonie, but what I was meaning is like, oh, I'll have him taken care of. Like, we're going to show his shit on this channel.
Okay.
Duh.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you ever said you were going to have me killed?
No.
I'd like to play this next video.
You keep calling me as unwanted contact. I don't know why you keep on calling me. You're gonna have to kill me. I'm recording you. Okay.
Oh, I'd love to comment on this one. This is a fake video that Cole Cortner made when he brought that in on the 29th. I've never called him on the phone. He filmed himself reacting. He took a bit of my audio from one of my live streams, and then he recorded himself going, oh, you're going to have me killed? Oh, you're going to have me killed? And made it like that. That's what that is. Complete gaslighting. Next. And prove it's not.
So you're denying that you've ever threatened to have me killed?
Are you denying what I just said? Because if you are, we're going to get a continuance and we're going to show if you're going to have to prove that I ever called you because I didn't. That was a fake video you showed on the 29th of July.
Okay, what did you mean in this video?
Oh, Lisa, that stands for Old Dirty Ninja. I have a friend who calls him Old Dirty Numbnuts, but that's what it stands for. His real
That
name is
would mean
Cole
that your
Cortner.
nuts
He
are
lives
numb
at
and they're dirty.
118 in the Glen Haven, in the Pullman, in the Washington, right by WSU.
Yeah,
Go
Old
on
Dirty
by
Ninja.
if you want to give a pizza or put a note on his neighbor's door. If you want to,
Being racist,
if you're a Girl Scout, you're selling Girl Scout cookies, go and knock on his neighbor's doors. They're very friendly. He's not.
What
Yeah, I
did
want
you,
to make sure you got your Girl Scout cookies this year. So I was raising awareness in your neighborhood.
so you were trying to have me contact a third party?
No, I was not. Mr. Courtney, you're absolutely ridiculous. Anyone can hear that this is satire. You're taking a public live stream, you're piecemealing it, you're bringing it into a courtroom. We're an hour in here and we haven't gotten anywhere, right? Like, where is this getting us?
Ms. Barrett, answer the question. And I will observe that all of that happened before a petition was ever filed. So there was
Thank
no violation of any
Thank you.
prohibition against third-party contact.
Okay. I'd like you to listen to this next audio.
One in the chat if people should prank Cole Cortner by everybody writing to that fake email address that he's got for everybody. CoreROs@gmail.com.
What did you mean when you were asking your audience to prank me at my Gmail account when I had a restraining order on me?
Because I felt that you had given a fake email address for every single witness because it was something like ROs@something@gmail.com. I actually did not know that that was the address you guys were using for this case, so that was my error. But it was a public email, and so yes, I thought it was fake, and so I was having people email there to see if they were on the list. You know why, Mr. Cortner? Because, let's see, Jennifer Shiflett, Frank Basilico, and one other person were on the list, and they didn't even know they were on the list. So that's why we did the stream, to make people aware, to say, hey, do you guys know if you're on the list or not? And by the way, I can prove all that, and I can get a statement from Jennifer Shiflett if I need to. No problem.
Okay. Can you tell me what this next video means?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did I just see some new activity from Cole there?
Oh yeah. I just I just wrote to him.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, please don't. No, you shouldn't be doing that, Sarah. You
Oh shit.
completely wrong.
Oh well, he can complain to the court about me. And the other thing,
You guys completely alone, please.
I will.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say regarding that is, like, in terms of the restraining order, like, if it wasn't for the fact that it was like he was bothering Patrick too, I probably would just flake on the whole thing. Honest to God, like, that's how little shit I give about this after all.
I would, but I care about what happens to Patrick.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise.
So when you admit to contact me in your declaration for the benefit of...
Yes, Mr. Cortner, I believe we covered this last time, and I clarified what that was. Do we really need to go back over that? We can. I'm surprised there hasn't been an objection. We can go back over that again because it was already discussed. I was on a live stream. I was signed into Jonathan Tuttle's account. You wrote to JT apparently during the live stream, and I answered back. And I actually did say, oh, I shouldn't have done that because I wasn't thinking about the third-party contact thing because I was on a live stream and you were writing to the account that I was on at the time. We already covered this last time.
So
that was already explained. So why are you bringing it up again?
Does your lack of understanding of the law give you the right to contact me when you have a...
It's not a question for her. That's a legal question. Ask your next question, please, Mr. Cortner.
Have you ever threatened any of my witnesses?
No.
Can you tell me what this next tape means?
There on YouTube that several people have made threats toward me.
Excuse
No,
me.
hold on.
Excuse me. Hold on.
Wait a
This
minute.
is Sharon
Miss
Hensley.
Barrett, stop. Mr. Cortner, who is speaking?
That's Sharon Hensley. She was a potential witness that was scared away from Sarah Barrett due to numerous threats.
Okay.
She was not scared away, nor did I threaten her, nor does this pertain, and I would like...
We will take that up at a later time.
Okay. All right, so can you tell me what this audio means right here?
Would you be willing to state what happened?
Your Honor, it's pretty hard for us to object. I mean, it's hard for me to object to the video.
Shouldn't Mr. Knapp be able to hear this stuff before?
Ms. Barrett, it's not your turn. Go ahead, Mr. Knapp.
All right. Ms. Barrett, please don't interrupt me while I'm interrupting Mr. Cortner. We can't really object because he's not asking questions to witnesses. He just keeps bringing in more and more testimony, supposedly for impeachment. And, you know, once he's played it, it's too late to object, really.
Well, all of those have been offered into evidence. Most of them were played in their entirety at the prior hearing.
Have you ever threatened my witness, Lauren?
Your witness for entertainment purposes who also isn't here today? No, I have not. Thank you.
What did you mean when you said you were going to cut a bitch? You were going to cut Lauren. What did you mean when you said that?
I believe I explained that last time. I'm not sure why I'm giving duplicate testimony here. Cut a bitch is when a woman is in love with the man that you're with and you're going to cut them out of that man's life. And I actually have video proof that Lauren Pratt is in love with Jamie Stone, my boyfriend. I have proof that she is stalking him, posting pictures of his feet on her community wall. And yes, I will cut a bitch, meaning cut her out of his life, which I believe she has already been cut. And can I ask,
Hold on.
why I'm explaining the same?
Hold on, Ms. Barrett. You've answered the question. If you want to ask questions on your own, then you should talk with your counsel about that. But this is the time for questions to be asked of you. You've answered the question very fully and completely, and I'm going to ask Mr. Cortner to ask his next question.
You said that Ms. Pratt recorded a court procedure. Did you or did you not say that you were going to have a camera crew come into court to record this court session for YouTube content?
That's not an issue here today. That is not part of the, it doesn't have anything to do with harassment. It has to do with what the court might permit.
Okay. Have you ever offered a potential witness, or excuse me, have you ever offered someone money to set up my potential witness in a sexual manner for your show?
No.
What? Hold on. That's the answer to the question. Do you have a second question?
Yes. What did you mean when you told Raleigh Jones you wanted to have him obtain footage of Sharon? If I may say, these are your words yourself. You said you wanted to get her to fuck a carrot.
Objection, Your Honor. The question has no foundation. There's no basis for the question. He's asking her what she means about a statement that's not even in.
Well, this is why my witness isn't here. I can play the audio of her trying to pay someone. I mean, can I play the video?
What is the video?
The video is her trying to bribe someone to extort my witness by obtaining footage of her masturbating with a carrot. She asked, I mean, I can play the video.
That's absolutely false, and I would like to speak to my lawyer in chambers, please. I need to explain to him what Cole's trying to do here.
Can I play the video?
No. I need to speak to my lawyer first.
If we've got an issue of witness tampering, then that's something that I would
It's
like
not
to
witness tampering. It was a live stream where we were making a joke about a woman fucking a carrot. It has nothing to do with Mr. Cortner. And Sharon Hensley was never his witness.
There's a reason.
Or mine. He's an idiot.
If I play this audio, you'll clearly hear her trying to extort, blackmail a witness.
I need to ask for continuance at this time.
Nope, that's denied. We are going to trial, we are at trial, and we're going to get this completed. So, Mr. Cortner, I'm going to ask you to pass on that since it was not provided to council previously. That would not be admissible. So you may ask your next question.
Did you and your boyfriend, Jamie, threaten my witness, Frank, because he wrote a statement for me?
No, we did not. And I actually have proof that you doctored his statement. And I actually have proof that he wrote to the court saying that he did not want to be involved. And that was after you submitted the witness statement from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The question has been answered. Ask your next question, Mr. Cortner.
Can I play this next video or audio and ask her if it's familiar?
No, what does it have to do with?
It's an audio of her threatening Frank, my witness's children.
That one I did take note of. I would like to hear that one. Yes, I will permit that.
Because listen, dude, we're not Eli. All right, we have way more pull.
Oh yeah.
And we have way more power, and we're smarter than Eli, frankly. So, and if you want those videos to stick with your name in the titles, you know, those videos will stay up. They're not going to be taken
we
down.
can make it happen, Frank. And by the way, Frank, I have shit on you that I've never put out, even though you're a complete piece of shit. I have your driver's license. I have a ton of shit I've never put out on you.
Yeah, why would you fuck with people?
Not sure why.
Why would you fuck with people who have so much dirt on you?
Right?
Are you stupid?
I haven't put that out yet. I mean,
and Frank, listen, dude, you have kids, dude.
Bitch.
Think of your kids.
Yeah, think of your children, Frank. Are you worried about your kids or no?
Like, look, so I'll say this, like, you know, I'm not going to call your fucking kids and your family or anything, but, you know, Sarah's a crazy bitch. I can't control her.
Tell me what I'll do.
Okay. Who was the speaker? Who was talking there, Mr. Cortner?
That was Sarah Barrett and Jamie R. Stone, her witness.
Talking to who?
A live stream directed towards Frank, my witness, who they scared away through intimidation.
And he did or was going to write a statement for you?
He did write a statement. He signed it for me.
I have screenshots saying that he did not write the statement, and I also have the fact that he wrote to the court and said he didn't want any part of this.
There's a video of him saying that she's done as much.
Well, if he's going to submit his video, can I submit the screenshots stating that Frank did not write that statement? Because I have them.
You can talk to your lawyer about that. Ask your next question, Mr. Cortner.
Did you ever threaten to have my Social Security taken away?
Objection on the grounds of relevancy.
No, I think that goes directly to the substance of creating a hostile or intimidating living situation, so I will permit that.
Okay, may I explain?
You may answer the question. Did you ever threaten to get his Social Security taken away?
No. However, I stated that I would be reporting him for fraudulently, within the law, for fraudulently collecting disability, because obviously he has time to harass people online, but he's not working, yet he's collecting disability. So he's basically defrauding disability. And I said that I was going to report him for that. Yes, that is not, quote, taking it away. That is reporting, somebody for fraud within the law.
May I please play this next audio of her saying that she's going to have my Social Security taken away?
She's already admitted that what she was doing, contacting Social Security and having them discontinue your Social Security, which is what she's saying she was seeking, she's already admitted to. So no, the video won't be necessary.
Okay. Have you ever threatened to make my mother's life miserable?
No.
I'd like to play the audio of her saying she's going to make my mother's life miserable.
You may do so.
Thank you.
All right. Go fuck yourself, ODN, you piece of shit. And yeah, I do know where your grandfather lives, you fuck. I do know where you live, you loser. Your mom bought your house. Your mother's life is going to be very, very difficult. And you are going to lose your disability legally. And I will make fucking sure of it.
So have you ever threatened to make my mother's life difficult?
No, what I was meaning was that her life would be difficult because she would be supporting you, because the fraudulent disability that you're collecting would be taken away, and she would have to, fully support you. So she would have to work double hard. So that would be very difficult to take care of you under those circumstances.
So, do you think that I faked my spina bifida?
I know nothing about any spina bifida.
Okay, that's
wouldn't
the
even know.
answer. You may ask your next question, Mr. Cortner.
On November 6th, after you said you weren't going to make any more shows about me, what did you mean when you said you get off on making me and my mother go through your videos?
Objection, relevancy.
Well, it would go to intent to harass. So, yeah, you may ask that. You may answer that question, Ms. Barrett.
Okay, yes, that refers to the fact that him and his mother watch my live streams obsessively, like for hours and hours and hours. And sometimes my live streams are like 8 or 9 hours. And yeah, I had a bit of a laugh that they had to go through an 8 or 9 hour stream because of this fraudulent RO case they have on me.
So you got off.
That's the answer.
Yes, I got off. Full orgasm to completion.
All right, on November 6th, did you play private messages between me and my witness on a live stream?
Again,
No.
same objection. It's the same time parameter.
Okay, she just said no.
Well, somehow that all was made public. But, Mr. Cortner, we're getting way off into just personal animosities here and conflicts between the two of you. I want to try to focus this trial on the legal issues that I have to determine, because the two of you could argue until Cougars might win a Rose Bowl. That should be forever.
All
But-
right, so is it true that you don't have the ability to control yourself?
So now, that's not a proper question.
Okay, well, she admits here on an audio that she has no ability to control herself. I can play that.
Well, no, that's not an issue that I have to determine.
Okay,
When it comes to Jamie Stone, you would be correct.
all right. I need to play this.
Would you guys trip out if the judge started like coming to my live streams and chatting, like he became a fan of the show? Like if you guys see a YouTuber named something Robinson, just, you never know.
This is like in Theory After Dark. You're welcome to watch it anytime, Your Honor.
We should
Don't
at least
ever do
know
that.
what the date is to know whether the time parameters are relevant.
Well, I'm going to assume it's been since this trial began, but
All right, so
that
do you,
doesn't deal with your situation anyway, Mr. Cortman.
okay, no further questions.
Very good.
Your Honor, we'd call Mr. Martin Pavla.
Okay. Mr. Pablo, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. If you'd raise your right hand, please. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give in the case now I'm hearing will be the truth?
I do.
Okay. And you do understand that these proceedings are being recorded at this time?
Yes.
Okay. You may ask your questions, Mr. Knapp.
Okay, Mr. Pavlo, good morning.
Morning.
Are you familiar with a video where you participated in some kind of a discussion with somebody named Raleigh or Raleigh?
Raleigh Jones, yes.
And could you tell us about that video and what was going on in that video?
Raleigh Jones gave me a call over Facebook saying, hey, did you know about ODN, Mr. Cortner here, threatening to come to my house to shoot me? And I was kind of surprised about that. And after that, I guess he made a video trying to say, hey, I don't want to be involved in this kind of these situations. But he was giving me a warning that, Mr. Cortner was going to attempt to come to my house to shoot me. So that was
Actually,
after he.
Cole's voice is in that video, and he was
Yes, it is.
threatening. He was threatening to come and kill Martin with a gun. I think we need to play the video again because I don't think you understood, Mr. Knapp, which video that was when you first played it. So can we play it again? It's only a minute.
Well, this deals with people other than Ms. Barrett, and is, again, it's not relevant to the issues between Mr. Cortner and Ms. Barrett. I don't want to get into situations where somebody else could file a petition for protection. It's not Ms. Barrett's place to do that. So I am going to ask that unless there is some direct tie into Ms. Barrett, and it's already been testified that she didn't solicit this, she didn't receive the threat, that we proceed to a different subject.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Don't worry, Your Honor. No one needs protection. Recall, he's perfectly harmless.
Well, Mr. Pablo,
Actually,
he's a non-threat, as I
Hold
put
on.
it.
actually, he's
This-
not
hold
harmless.
on.
He's threatened my life 3 times,
This,
so no,
this
he's not
is not
harmless.
a discussion period. This is a question and answer session. So you may ask your next question, Mr.
okay, this should be my final question. Did Mr. Cortner make threats towards you in some kind of a public forum?
Yes, he even at one point he wanted me to come drive down to Spokane, Washington to fight me. He wanted me to drive to get into an actual fight, which is hilarious that he's threatening or he's afraid of a woman, but he wants to take on a decorated U.S. Marine and a former cage fighter. I find this ridiculous that he's afraid of a woman, but he wants to go into a fist fight with someone who would literally destroy him.
So are you the Marine and the cage fighter?
Yes, I am.
So apparently the threats weren't much of a threat, but he did challenge you to some kind of
Well, he's no threat to me. Let's put it that way. He's no threat to me. I mean, come on, look at him.
some kind of trial by combat. Would that be a fair way to characterize it?
You can say look at him, but it doesn't matter if he has a gun. Looking at somebody doesn't make any difference. He is a threat. He has threatened us several times.
Did he make any threats to use deadly force or to do anything beyond engaging you in a trial by combat, as it were?
Yes, like he wanted me to drive to Spokane to get into apparently a fist fight, I guess.
No further questions.
Mr. Cortner, did you wish to ask any questions on cross-examination?
Yes, I do. Can you tell me what you think of this video right here?
I'm actually going to do these things. So if you say, oh, I'd rather take him out back and handle him old school, that's fine. I respect that. But actually do it. I want to see proof.
Well,
I want that filmed.
okay.
I want to, put up or shut up, dude.
No, here's the issue about going to where he is. That is all Mongol territory. And okay, so
And what aspect would you like me to comment? The Mongol territory or what Ms. Sarrett said?
Sure, tell us about the Mongol territory.
Spokane is a known Mongol, the Mongol biker club. That is their territory. I am part of my own club, which you can't just drive into another person's territory without permission, especially a 1% club like the Mongols.
Okay, so what biker gang are you in?
I'm not in a biker gang. I am in a biker club recognized by the American Bikers Association.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to most of this line of questioning due to the fact that based on the questions that have already been asked and answered, it's very evident that none of this has any bearing on Ms. Barrett's conduct. If there's cross-examination that would tend to show that Ms. Barrett was involved in somehow eliciting
Well,
threats or
I have
something
some
like-
questions on that. Go ahead and have a seat, Mr. Knapp. Mr. Pablo, this is Judge Robinson, and I have a question. When was that conducted? Was that a private conversation between you and Ms. Barrett? What's that recording from?
The video was made by a YouTuber named Roddy Jones, who was
I'm talking
okay.
about your conversation with Ms. Barrett.
I believe that was a live stream that we were in. This was like after the video from Roddy Jones when Odian or Mr. Cortner here threatened my life.
Okay.
We were discussing that online.
And when you said that was Mongol territory, did you think she was serious about asking you to go into Mongol territory to have this beat down?
No, what Miss Barrett was referring to, if we did get into an altercation, that I would film it so we can all, enjoy Mr. Cortner being bleedy on the floor. Because
well, she said yeah, talk is good, but I want to see some action. Essentially, did you take that seriously?
I'm willing to get into a altercation with Mr. Cortner, but I'm not willing to drive into a territory where I'm not welcome.
Well, do you think she was joking, or did you think she was serious?
Do I think she about me going and getting into a fight with Mr. Cortner?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't speculate on her things, but I think she would, like anyone would enjoy a good fight from someone who's been harassing her.
I was joking. I am
It's
sorry.
not a question for you, Ms. Barrett.
Well, I mean,
it's not a
come on.
question for you, Ms. Barrett. My question is of Mr. Pablo. Your response was, no, that's Mongol territory. It was not, don't be ridiculous. Did you feel she was serious, Mr. Pablo?
Yes, I believe that she would enjoy me beating Mr. Odian.
Okay, thank you. That's the answer I was looking for. You may ask your next question.
There's a video here of you threatening my grandfather's life. I'd like to play that.
Just on the grounds of relevancy.
Oh, no, it's a place where he goes. It's a family house. Go ahead.
I was enjoying my ride. Such a beautiful day. I couldn't think of what I could be doing. I mean, if you're somebody's grandfather, this might be a good day for you to die. Who knows, get into a little box, see him buried.
What did you mean by that video?
I mean, it was a very nice day. If there was any other day to possibly pass away, that might have been the day.
You didn't mean this would be a good day for you to kill my grandfather?
At what point did I threaten anybody?
Several times. Can I ask
No,
that?
it's not an argument.
Okay.
The question's been asked and answered.
Okay. I think I've proven my case with this witness. I feel as if I've proven my point.
Well, you've asked all your questions. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
You may call
believed-
your next witness, Mr. Knapp. Unless you have some redirect, I'm sorry. Thank you. Okay. Are you in a noisy area there, Mr. Stone?
A little bit noisy, yes.
Are you able to get to a quieter one?
Yes.
Please do that. Okay, are you ready to proceed, Mr. Stone?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Mr. Knapp, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mrs. Stone, what is your relationship to the petitioner, if any?
The petitioner and the defendant?
Do you know Mr. Cortner?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
He's,
how did you come to know him?
Well, he's a YouTuber like me.
Have you met him in person before?
No, I never did.
Okay, so how would you characterize the relationship with Mr. Cortner, the relationship between you and Mr. Cortner?
If you're speaking, Mr. Stone, we can't hear you because you're muted.
Basically, you just know each other from YouTube, right?
Yes. Basically, I was criticizing this online life coach at the time, and that on my YouTube channel, that's what I do. I kind of expose people. I make memes. I do comedy and stuff like that. And this guy basically co-opted this coach guy. He co-opted ODN here, Cole Cortner, to basically defend him, but in ways that were basically attacking and doxing and harassing and basically almost breaking the law just to go at the people that were criticizing this guy. So,
did Mr. Cortner threaten some kind of revenge porn against you?
Well, what happened, that's actually much later. What happened is, I guess in an effort to defend this coach, Coach Elias Mellis, who
well, first of all, what would he be getting revenge for, if that's actually the case?
because
he
was trying to defend this coach guy from his attackers, and people they perceived to be his attackers, right? We're just criticizing him online on YouTube, not taking it outside the box.
So you posted something about him he didn't like, and then he said
let me explain, so without interrupting constantly, I can get to that point. He actually concocted a video that was basically detailing that he would go to my house and shoot me and my parents with a gun. He made a doctored video where he took pictures and video from around my location of where I lived. At the time I lived with my parents. He made that video.
So he threatened you with death or grave bodily injury during a live stream?
Yes. Well, not during a live stream. He made a video. Then he posted on my YouTube channel, went to my channel, posted that link, said, I have something for you on my channel. So I went to the channel and I saw the video, and it was basically an elaborate threat. Saying basically if I kept going at Coach Eli, that he would come to my house and kill me. So, and I later found out, because I went to go purchase a gun after I received that threat to defend myself, to protect myself, using my Second Amendment. And he apparently, that is to say, Cole Cortner, he called the gun shop where I was going to purchase my gun, and he told them that I was going to purchase my gun to kill myself and shoot others. So then those people called the police, and then the police came down to the gun shop to personally investigate and basically accost me while I was purchasing my gun. So this is what this guy has done to me.
So did you actually talk to the police?
Yes, I did, because the police met me there at the gun shop.
So the reason that you believe that Mr. Cortner did these things is because of your discussions that you had with the police at the gun store?
No.
Remember, we don't want you to testify to hearsay statements that the police might have made, but what was it that caused you to believe that Mr. Cortner called the gun store and caused the police to show up?
This is what is known on in the YouTube realm as swatting. Okay, this is what swatting is. Swatting is basically calling the police and telling them that you're going to shoot yourself or others. And because that's going to cause the police to want to confront you violently, to try to kill you. So that is what he tried to do to me.
Okay, so that was what you came to believe after having spoken to the police, is that correct?
I didn't have to speak to the police to
okay, you did.
The police didn't help me with anything at all.
To whom did you actually speak?
What are you talking about?
How do you know these things happen? What's your personal
What
knowledge.
do you mean? How do I know they happened? I know they happened because they happened to me. I experienced them. Are you like doubting my witness testimony?
How did you come to know that the police were called? Did somebody tell you that?
Yeah, the gun shop told me that.
Okay, so after you talked to the people at the gun shop, you had reason to believe that Mr. Cortner called the police on you, and the police
At
came.
first, he tried to make it seem like somebody else called the gun shop. This other woman by the name of what was her
Understood.
name? She's known as Fire Ice Witch on YouTube, but she's got, I think it's like Jasmine Millington or something. That's her real name. So he tried to frame her for what he did.
And what was it that brought you to the conclusion that it was Mr. Cortner that called?
Well,
the
because
gun
there were
shop?
numerous people that were in association with him that gave me tip-offs and clues that it was actually him, and there was no direct evidence pointing to these other people except for conversations he took out of context to try to assert that. But he has a way of proving things.
There was a video that we're going to call Respondents Exhibit number 5, and it has to do with this threat to do revenge porn against you.
Well, he didn't just threaten to do that. He did do it. He showed my genitals on a public live stream. He uploaded numerous videos showing my genitals.
Okay, we're going to play that video. Just tell about the video and how you came to.
That was way after the fact, though. I'm telling you the beginnings of our interactions. So this is, and that was it like over a year ago, almost 2 years ago that first event occurred. So this is an ongoing case of harassment where he.
Okay. Try to boil that down for us and then lead us right into the video, because I'm ready to show the video, but it sounds like you want to provide some additional testimony that will lay a foundation for the video. I'm going to play this video and then you can tell us about it, and you can tell us about anything that happened. So this is exhibit number 5, Respondents Exhibit.
Hey, Holly. You want to suck this little midget dick? Is that what you want? You want to suck my little midget dick?
Fuck me.
You want to fuck me? You're a fucking fruitcake faggot, dude.
Okay, now that was Mr. Cole Cortner speaking.
That was May 14th, 2021 on a live stream.
I'm asking Mr. Stone.
Can you repeat?
Who was that speaking on that video?
That was Cole Cortner.
That was Mr. Cortner, right?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and tell about that video and anything leading up to it. Anything relevant.
Well, it's impossible to kind of distill the whole situation, but essentially I had a falling out between Cole Cortner and Sarah Barrett. Sarah was my, friend and girlfriend, and basically Cole did not react very well to the falling out, and so he basically was harassing us and threatening to put out voice notes and nudes and all this other stuff on us. And he did put out that stuff. And that was basically the history. And he's not really stopped harassing us since. He continues to harass my YouTube channel with sock accounts, fake accounts basically meant to harass me and intimidate me. He keeps uploading videos to threaten me or something. Like he recently, I think he put up Frank Basilico's testimony against Sarah as a kind of a veiled threat on a sock account. Obviously, he doesn't do this on his own channel for protection. legally speaking. He doesn't want to get in trouble with the law, so he uploads them on fake accounts.
About what was the timing of that video, if you remember?
The timing, like what month it happened or day? It was
Well-
sometime in early of this year. So between the months of like March to like May or June or something like that.
March, April, May, or June of 2021.
Yes, it's been a little while, so my memory's fuzzy on that.
And what was the specific threat that he made in that video?
You'd have to show the video. I don't know what specific video you're even talking about. I mean, he made all kinds of threats to put out.
Well, the video is
There's a video
just,
on May 14th where he's threatening to put out your video of you and Holly. That's the live stream from May 14th.
yeah, we'll go to video number 6. That'll
Ms.
be the
Barrett,
last
hold
video.
on just a minute. Ms. Barrett, you may not interject. This is not a group discussion. This is a question and answer session, and you are not being asked questions. So do not do that again.
All right, I'm going to go to video number 6 now. If we have to go back to 5, we will, but I think everybody prefer not to if we can help it. So this is Respondents Exhibit 6.
Fucking little Jamie cunt. He'd be crying first off before anything went down, and then once you grab that motherfucker, you rub his fucking face in the dirt.
So I heard the name of Jamie mentioned there. To whom was Mr. Cortner speaking in that video?
He was speaking to me, and he made all sorts of, physical, violent threats towards me in the times where he was beefing back and forth with us. That's what he does to try to seem tough, I suppose. But considering the circumstances we now find ourselves in, it's rather silly that he would make those threats.
Now, I believe there's been some testimony that Mr. Cortner published a video online threatening you with a gun. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so like I said, he made that video back in, I think it was 2019 or something, the end of 2019, to try to intimidate, threaten me. And it was basically saying that he's in my neighborhood and he's ready to basically open fire on me at my doorstep.
And so that is to say that Cole Cortner has threatened you
Yes.
with death or grave bodily harm?
Yes. Yes, he has. Numerous times for years.
Do you believe that Mr. Cortner's threats are serious threats that he would actually carry out?
Yes, I do. I do because he is not mentally well. I don't think he's well adjusted mentally. I think he's had too much time cooped up in his house, not working, and living off of the government dole, or if not his mommy's money.
Do you have any knowledge of physical threats that he made online and actually carried out?
Well, I know that he's harassed other people in his neighborhood. So I don't know about physical harm that he's caused to people, but I do believe that he is crazy enough to carry those threats out. Yes.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
I would just like for this case to be dismissed entirely because it's a huge waste of the court's time for Cole Cortner to bring everybody in here and waste taxpayers' dollars yet again on something so pointless. Such as this case and Cole's own existence.
And you definitely have personally witnessed Mr. Cortner harassing Sarah Barrett. Is that correct?
Many, many times.
No further questions.
Mr. Cortner, do you have any questions for Mr. Stone?
Yes, I do. You say I made a death threat to you.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
You said it in a video which constitutes speech.
Again, what was the death threat?
You edited together a video showing my location and you with a gun in your hand. That is communicating that you will be at my doorstep with a gun ready to open fire if I open the door.
There was a video of my face at your house. Is that what you're saying?
Not your face, of your hand reaching into your pocket for a gun.
So you can distinguish my hand from anybody else's?
You can show the video if you would like.
I would love for you to show the video.
I don't have the evidence to show, but I'm sure Sarah does.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I don't have it on hand. If we can get a continuance, I can provide that at a later date.
We're not getting a continuance. So ask your next question, Mr. Cortner.
Okay. Did you ever make a police report of this supposed death threat?
Yes, I did. And I put in the report that I believed it to be you. So somewhere in a Florida police report, you will find that I made a report on, I believe, the 7th of December, 2019, outlining that I believe it was Cortner, a.k.a. ODN, who made this video, a.k.a. this threat.
And did you give that report to Sarah for her court case?
I don't believe I have, but I can provide that if necessary in a continuance.
Okay.
Would you like to have a continuance, Cole?
I'm not on trial.
You actually are on trial, but please go on with your questions.
I'm not being asked questions right now.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Mr. Cortner. Ask your next question.
In the voice note where I say he would get his face rubbed in the dirt, you're claiming I sent that to you?
I believe you've made it in a public live stream, but that's no different than any other, thing that you take as a right in a public live stream that is against you. But I guess it's different if
wasn't that clip in a private message between me and my witness?
I can't recall.
You can't recall. Okay. So you don't think that voice note was obtained by Sarah Barrett by hacking into my witness's account and taking it?
I can't.
Objection. How would this?
Beyond the scope of the witness's knowledge, I'm going to grant the objection.
I'm not God. I'm not omnipotent. I don't know what everything happens at all times.
Can you tell me what you meant in this video?
Just let Sharon fuck with him. Yeah, let's just let Sharon fuck with him. Unfortunately, she was fucking with me.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, Sharon, here's the deal. I'm going to make this deal on behalf of Mrs. Lakin here.
Oh, okay. God.
Here, I'm making this deal. I'm saying, Sharon, we will not attack you on this channel or any other channel if you leave us out of your bullshit with them. You just go at them and leave us out of it, and we'll be done with that.
And I've already given the people that need.
Unless you signed your name to the ODN's false RO, then we might have to.
Then you're gonna be up in here. But other than that, we don't give a fuck, Sharon. And honestly, Sharon, I've already made public what your lies have been, and
Were you attempting to make a deal with my witness to not show up in court?
No.
What were you doing in that video?
You're a fucking idiot, dude.
Excuse me?
We were talking to Sharon about whatever drama was happening on at the time that had nothing to do with you, and your narcissistic self your ears picked up when I mentioned ODN, right? And it was an offhand remark where I said, this deal will be good unless you're going to do something like partner up with, Cole Cortner, aka ODN, then the deal's off. And the deal had nothing to do with this whole court case at all.
So if she were to partner up with me, the deal's off.
It had to do with YouTube commentary. Well, yes, obviously the deal would be off because then it would be a conflict of interest, would it not?
Okay, tell me what you meant in this video right here. Oh, excuse me, my bad.
So anyway, ODN is the guy who has CPU on his computer. I think that's why he acted out so much against Johnny and myself and Sarah, because he's actually guilty of that. So I do believe that there should be an FBI investigation conducted against ODN to see if there is any CPU in his computer. Just saying.
Wasn't Johnny...
So when you and Sarah say I have child porn on my computer, and there needs to be a report, are you serious or are you just joking?
Well, in that instance, I was mainly joking because you were projecting at the time that I had CP on my computer. And again, you know, things that I say on my channel tend to be a response to things that you have put out there about us. Okay? And sometimes they are done in satire and in jest and parody.
Can you tell me what you meant in this next video?
ODN, your micropeen's going to be public record.
Just make sure that the court reporter reports Sarah's big ass titties.
Yes.
As well.
And the judge is
if
going
the
to.
micropeen is going to be in question, he's got to bang the gavel.
He's
The
gonna
big
bang
ass
the gavel.
titties.
Yes. And it would seem to me that Farah's big ass titties win out over ODN's micropene.
Objection, Your Honor.
Thank you for playing my greatest hits, by the way.
I'm going to grant the objection. All of this is just
Ridiculous.
garbage that you're spewing towards each other. This is just ridiculous.
Well, hey, I don't even want to be here, so I think we should just case dismiss this thing.
That's not your option, Mr. Stone.
I know, I'm
But-
just being cheeky.
I don't got that one.
But Mr. Cortner, this is not just an opportunity to smear Mr. Stone or smear Sarah Barrett. This is to discuss whether or not there has been any harassment towards you by these folks.
All right.
Just them talking badly behind your back doesn't constitute harassment.
I hear you. Can you tell me what you meant in this video?
I mean, if James like beat up some of these motherfuckers, I would get wet as fuck. I'm telling you right now.
What did your girlfriend mean by that?
Outside my purview.
Okay. What did you mean in this video?
Redneck chicken.
So you're a
I think at this point he's just trying to get views for his,
Hold on.
his
Let
talk
me
show.
hear the video and then you can object.
Did you or did you not say you want to stab someone in the face in that video?
Probably, but was that directed at you?
I'm not being questioned.
Was that directed at you?
Okay, Mr. Cortner,
This is my last video for Jamie.
It better be your last one.
I was always nice to my grandma.
I mean, Pat, you have
I
this
was
way
nice
of
to my
making
friend,
people
too.
like want to like kill you. You know?
You want to
Stab
kill
you
me,
in the-
James? Or
Well, I want to cut your head off. You know?
what the hell?
Like I just want to decapitate you. And so like while you're laughing, your head's just cut off.
It's like
mid laugh.
I didn't think this was any worse than
Exactly.
Talking about the child stuff. It just went worse.
I can't even think it. I'm like,
Do you make threats to decapitate people regularly, or is that just something?
Objection, Your
Oh,
Honor.
you're such a joke, dude. I was literally talking with my friend on a live stream, idiot.
Whoa.
You are
Okay.
so retarded.
I gotta object. Come on.
Okay,
Gotta get held
Play the
up.
nigger baby video next.
okay, that's my last question. Do you refer to African Americans as niggers on a daily basis?
Section.
Mr.
Not on a daily
Right.
basis.
Hold
Maybe
on.
like a monthly basis.
Stop it, Mr. Stone. I have heard that video. It has no reference whatsoever to the conflict between you and Ms. Barrett. I
All right,
am
no
not
further
going to
questions.
Permit that one.
No further questions,
No
Your
further
Honor.
questions.
You are excused, Mr. Stone.
Thank you.
Okay, we'd call Patrick Doran, Your Honor.
Very well.
Mr. Patrick Doran.
Okay.
sir.
Mr. Doran, if you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear that the testimony you're about to give in the case now and hearing will be the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Okay, just, it looks like we might have a clerical error. I'm looking at, I believe I'm looking at Mr. Dorn's face. Wave to me, Mr. Dorn. And it says Sharice Van Horn underneath his,
No, in the little script, you probably can't read it from there. It says Patrick Von Doran.
okay, all right, understood. Well, I see how that works, I think. Okay, I'm going to play a video, but before I play what would be Respondents Exhibits 2 and 3, actually, I might not play Exhibit 3, but tell us, first of all, what's in Exhibit 3. That would be the censored masturbation video. Tell us about that.
Well, he obtained.
Excuse me. We need to play that. We need to play that in court. It is censored.
Okay, all right.
Through the audio. Sorry.
We'll play it. Let him tell about it first. We got to lay a foundation.
Okay.
With the court's permission.
The video where he's actually providing his commentary over the
Yes,
video?
and I have put a censor thing over it. Yes.
Okay, well, that's a video he uploaded to his channel, and this video actually came from Charisse Van Horn. Charisse Van Horn and I, we were flirting and sexting over the email. She asked me for these videos and pictures, and at a later date, she went on to threaten me on Facebook and said she was going to send it to certain people if I didn't take a specific video down about her friend Lisa. And then, sure enough, people started getting emails from an anonymous email account with those pictures and videos. And Mr. Cole Cortner, he uploaded that to his channel, and he threatened to send thumb drives to my neighbors with that material on it.
Okay, and about when was that video made?
Oh, sometime 2020. The exact date escapes me at the moment.
Did Mr. Cortner show this video on his live stream?
Yes, he has. He's shown it on his phone while he's had a camera pointed on him during his live streams on several occasions. He's had the video uploaded on his main channel. He's had the video added to a playlist, and he's had various versions of the same video with different graphics he's added, including a copy of the video where he's providing his own commentary while it's showing me masturbating on a public forum like YouTube, which is not a porn site.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play that now. It's been censored.
What is the relevance here regarding the conflict between Mr. Cortner and Ms. Barrett?
This is what inspired me
Sarah,
to.
I can answer my own questions.
Hold on. I'm asking counsel. What is the relevance to the request for a petition for an order of protection by Mr. Cortner against Ms. Barrett to this video?
The relevance, Your Honor, is that there's been this allegation that Ms. Barrett went to the petitioner's home, made a lot of different threats and did different things to harass him. But the fact of the matter is that she has admitted that at one time she went somewhere into his neighborhood. I'm not sure just exactly how close she got to.
Across the street is
She went into his neighborhood, and she admitted that. But the reason that she did it is because of this video, and she was doing it for Mr. Doran in order to ascertain his address, so that they could take whatever legal action that they had to take, and or notify the neighbors, because they had reason to believe that there was reason to believe that Mr. Cortner was surveilling the neighbors, as has been testified previously.
Okay, so if I can summarize, when looking at the statute and it talks about legitimate purpose as an excuse for a certain action, you're contending here that this forms a basis for a legitimate purpose and then therefore a defense to a claim of harassment?
That's right, because the respondent testified that she just went to his neighborhood once just to ascertain his address.
Well, she also testified that she put notes on people's doors.
That's correct. I didn't mean to misstate. That's absolutely
Had to
correct.
find to file a police report for what Cole was doing in this video. This is the video. This is the reason why we needed his address in the first place.
And she was doing that for Mr. Dorner.
Okay, you may play the video.
So this guy Shangy is posting a bunch of shit about me and my family on his community tab. He's acting as if he's holding all the cards, but he doesn't have one card. Nobody cares about anything he's saying, nor will they. I'm sure his neighbors would love to see the videos of him doing some pretty bizarre stuff. Each time he walks outside, he's going to have to realize his neighbors seen what he did online. He got online for everybody to see and started playing with his little dink-dink. Little tiny dink-dink.
Is it okay if we end this now? Mr. Dorn, or do you want? That's it. I guess
I think we get the picture.
So who was that?
I'd like to clarify that no, I did not make that video publicly available myself. The only person who made that publicly available was Mr. Cole Cortner on his YouTube channel.
And do you have any personal knowledge as to how he obtained that?
Yes. Charisse Van Horn sent it around to various people, and he got it off somebody who had a copy.
How did you come to know Mr. Cortner?
He was associated with somebody that I knew named Elias Malis. He was hanging out with Elias Malis, doing live streams with him. I thought he was okay at first, and then I found out that he made a video threatening Jamie Stone, who's here in court right now. He threatened Jamie Stone with what looked like a firearm, and he edited this video together to make it look like that he was outside the guy's house. So when I found out that he was actually involved in making that video, which he had previously denied and then later admitted to, I emailed Mr. Stone, told him I wanted nothing to do with ODN and that I'm sorry that I called him a liar when he said that somebody threatened him with a gun. And ever since that incident, the guy's been harassing me.
So you didn't like Jamie, but you did have certain principles, and you felt like you needed to disassociate yourself from Mr. Cortner. Is that right?
Exactly.
How else has Mr. Cortner harassed you?
He's made channels with the names of my family members on it, with pictures of people that he assumed were my family members, but they're not, but they have the same name. He's been searching for them on Facebook. He threatened to send thumb drives with the masturbation video to my neighbors. He even threatened to send them to the mayor of Calgary. He's posted videos saying that he wanted to come to Calgary to stomp a mud hole in my ass. And he's made several videos and channels claiming that I'm a pedophile, even though he's complaining that videos have been made about him saying that he's a pedophile.
So he chopped up or edited some videos, took things out of context, tried to put you in a false light.
Yes.
In such a way that it would make you look like a racist and a pedophile?
Yes.
So not only did he put you in a false light and try to make you look like a racist and a pedophile, but he threatened you with violence. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did he threaten to come to your house in Canada? And
he said that if he could get on a bus tomorrow, he would be right there and stomp a mud hole in my ass.
Stomp a mud hole in your ass. Okay. What, is that literally what he said? Is that a direct quotation?
Yes, he's fond of saying stomping a mud hole in someone's ass.
What else has he done to harass you online in terms of other people's YouTube channels?
Well, other than, if I happen to be on a live stream, he'll jump on that same live stream and say that I'm a pedophile and try and rally everybody against me there. He'll actually follow me around and, you know, he makes videos talking about my father, right? Saying he wears a diaper.
Well, I'm looking at your written statement, and you say here he jumped on a panel or on panel wherever you went. What does that mean, a jump on panel?
Well, if there's an open invite link, like a StreamYard link to actually join the panel and join the live stream, he would click on that same link if it's available and jump on there with me to harass me on there.
So he'd inject himself onto these different live streams wherever you went, and he did that to call you a pedophile?
Yes.
So not only did he jump on the panels, call you a pedophile wherever you went, but he uploaded.
He's also been using and misrepresenting things like he claims that I had something to do with the death of Glenn Canning's daughter, who committed suicide. The Taya Parsons story was a very well-known mainstream news story in my country, Canada, and it was something that I wrote about for a publication called A Voice for Men years ago. And I wrote and I had opinions about that case. And Mr. Cortner claims that I actually harassed Glenn Canning and his family and had something to do with Glenn Canning's the death of Glenn Canning's daughter. When in reality, Mr. Canning and I have never had any interaction with each other outside of comments on YouTube. He's posted comments on my articles, but he's never contacted me. I've never contacted him. Mr. Canning has never filed anything against me. The only thing he points to is a website where Glenn Canning calls me a pedophile, but you know, it's irrelevant. That's his opinion.
So Mr. Cortner uploaded this video of you showing your genitals, and
yes,
was that his voice that we heard with the audio commentary?
Yes, that was his voice. That was his voice on his video that he uploaded on his channel while narrating over a video where I'm masturbating.
So I believe you've already testified that the masturbation videos were provided by Charisse Van Horn.
That is correct.
And she was a woman with whom you had what kind of a relationship?
It was flirting and sexting. We didn't have a relationship. And besides, she's a married woman. But it wasn't serious on my end. It was just, you know, messing around, and it's something that I regret doing with this woman because of what she ended up doing.
So is that what you call sexting?
Yeah, sexting is when you you know, share intimate photos and, you know, sex talk over emails, texting, whatever.
What's this contract that you referenced in regard to those sexting?
So this is what she proposed to get me to share pictures of myself with her. She said that if we were to leak these pictures of each other, then we could sue each other. And I do intend on filing a class action lawsuit against this woman for that. Because of this has led to ongoing harassment involving these pictures and videos, which Mr. Cortner has taken a part of.
Don't tell what she said, because that would be hearsay, but did she say anything to you that gave you reason to believe she was going to leak the video if you didn't change some content on your live stream?
Yes, she messaged me on Facebook and basically threatened to send that video to, she even named Sarah and Susie as people she was going to send that video to.
Did you call the police regarding that threat?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. They came to my house, and they were actually there sitting in my living room reading the last messages as she sent her very last message.
So who all received those masturbation
That I know of, Jonathan Tuttle, Susie Rostak, Sarah Barrett received a copy. I think Kelly Cole received a copy. A woman named Lisa Costabile had received a copy. I'm aware that a copy was sent to Glenn Canning of the video from an anonymous account, and she also sent a copy of a video to a guy named Bob. What's his name? Bob Smith. I think that's his name. Bob Smith.
Bob Lewis, perhaps?
Bob Lewis. That's it. Thank you.
So Sarah Barrett, Suzanne Rostek, Jonathan Tuttle. Was there a Lisa?
Yeah, Lisa Costabile.
And about how many others?
That's it's been shared with numerous other people since then, but the initial leak, that's as far as I know.
Okay. What about threats with guns? Are there any other threats specifically with guns that we haven't already discussed?
Yeah, I'm the one who phoned the FBI and reported when Raleigh Jones put out that video saying that Cole Cortner was planning on visiting Martin Pablo with a shotgun. First, I emailed a Washington police officer I had spoken to before about Mr. Cortner named Alex Gordon, and I asked if it was wise to report this to the FBI, if it was appropriate to report this to the FBI, because I'm in Canada, I just can't phone 911. I thought it was possible that there was a threat to human life, so I reported to the FBI that there was a video with voice notes, and it looks like that somebody might actually be
Did you report
somebody with a gun.
Did you report it to the Canadian authorities?
No, I reported it to the FBI.
Sound like he called you Shane?
I'm Shangy. That's my YouTube name, The Mad Shangy.
You go by that name on YouTube, or the name of Shane?
The Mad Shangy, yes, SHANGI. That's my YouTube username.
Is there anything else about threats with guns that you want to tell the court?
Other than his threats to Martin Pablo and Jamie, I did witness a video where he pulled out what looked like a handgun. He says it's a pellet gun, but it was pointed. It was a threatening video meant to intimidate somebody over the internet, because it doesn't look like a toy gun. It looks like a real gun on video.
Did you actually hear Mr. Cortner challenge Mr. Pablo to a fight?
Yes, and I've seen him post on his community tab saying that he was going to pull up he was going to fight Martin Pablo in Spokane, Washington, I believe. And I saw this even before that video that Raleigh posted, where he played the voice note saying that he was seeking Martin Pablo's address.
So when you say the video came from Charisse Van Horn, you're just concluding that because she's the only one that had it within her control.
She was the only one that had those videos, and she was the one who threatened and said that she was going to send that to various people, and then that's what happened.
So Ms. Van Horn did actually make a threat directly to you, where you heard her say that she was going to release that in order to embarrass you.
Yes, and I do have the screenshot for that.
So what other times has Mr. Cortner threatened you, if any?
He's threatened me with ROs, and he's threatened to report me for various made-up things and have me thrown in jail. He's gone live in the middle of these court proceedings to basically slander me and defame me, call me a pedophile, and say that I'm going to jail.
How many times have you witnessed Mr. Cortner harassing Ms. Barrett online or off?
I would say at least half a dozen times, at least. I've seen him go live and threaten her and Jamie. He calls them Sarah Quill and Jasmine. That's his name for Jamie. And he keeps talking about Jamie's penis, making fun of his family members, saying he's going to make cartoons about them, saying he's going to beat up Jamie.
So this is hearsay. There's no proof of this.
You going to permit it?
Tell about some of the most significant harassment of which you have personal knowledge.
Against Sarah?
Yeah,
Sarah specifically?
Harassment on the part of Mr. Cortner against Ms. Barrett.
The live streams where he's basically threatening her, just putting her down, saying she's ugly, saying he's going to put her nudes out there, making all sorts of various stupid threats.
Do you have any other videos? All I had, as far as videos that you would have personal knowledge about, were exhibits 2 and 3. Were there some other videos that you would like to describe to the court that you think are related to any of your testimony so far?
Not that I could think of. I think you played the videos that were
The voice clip videos that he released on me that you grabbed. The 3-hour live streams that he was doing.
No further questions.
Very well. Mr. Cortner, do you have any cross-examination questions for Mr. Duran?
Yes, I do. How many times did you send my mother the video of you masturbating?
I sent an email with a hyperlink to your YouTube channel.
So
I sent 4 emails in total.
4 emails in total.
Yeah, and only one of the emails had the hyperlink to the video you uploaded.
So did you see this video uploaded to my channel or a troll channel?
Your channel, yes. It was your channel.
Okay. For the record, I deny doing that. Did you threaten to have someone fly flyers, pedophile flyers, in my neighborhood in a comment section?
No, I did not. I sarcastically made a post about it on a community tab that's no longer available.
So you were just...
however, I never discussed with Sarah Barrett anything about posting any flyers about you. No.
Okay. I need to play this next audio.
Okay.
So that's what happened. So Sarah was passing out these flyers, calling him a pedophile, and it's really bad because I fucking posted comments publicly joking about doing shit like that, and she actually did it.
So did you post comments publicly talking about putting pedophile flyers in my neighborhood? of me.
Your Honor, objection on the grounds of relevancy. There's no connection between this and my client other than what she's testified to. If he has,
Well,
trying to impeach his
that's
testimony.
overruled. The admission is that she posted notices on doors. She denied posting pedophile flyers. This is a question which directly relates to that. So repeat your question, Mr. Cortner.
Did you talk about posting pedophile flyers?
I believe I already answered your question, Mr. Cortner.
Answer it again, Mr. Duran.
I made a sarcastic comment.
We're getting off into areas that are not relevant. My question to you, Mr. Duran, is you said she actually did it. Is that correct?
That is not correct. That was my opinion at the time. When I went live and made those statements, that was the date of my court hearing. Sarah Barrett was to be my witness, and she didn't show up. And for the first time, I saw these flyers in question presented during a court hearing for my petition against Cole, and I was taken by surprise. So because Sarah didn't show up at my hearing to witness for me, I actually thought that it was a possibility that maybe she did that, but I don't think she did that. No.
Okay. Ask your next question, please, Mr. Cortner.
What did you mean in this video?
We're going to make fun of Jamie for being gay because he's in denial. And because he's in denial, he takes his frustration out on innocent women. He is a predator, and then he surrounds himself with predators. Who's on the panel right now? Sarah Barrett is a predator. Sarah Barrett is known for collecting people's nudes, blackmailing people with them. She's a stalker, and she's known for driving cross country, taking pictures of people's houses, and doing all sorts of nasty shit to people. This has been going on for years.
What did you mean by that?
Well, I meant incidents where she drove cross country and took pictures of J.B. Gunner's house, and other hearsay things that have nothing to do with you specifically. But I have criticized Sarah, and I had made comments about Jamie Stone. Those are my opinions about them.
So when you say she's a predator, you believe she's a predator?
Well, no, I don't actually believe she's a predator. I believe you're a predator, though.
Okay. Ask your next question.
Is it true that my neighbor asked you to retract your report you made with her name on it, and you refused to?
No, she did not ask me to retract any.
Objection, Your Honor, on the grounds of relevancy.
Yeah. I'm going to sustain the objection. That's of no consequence here. Ask your next question.
The video that you guys showed, where I supposedly showed your video of you masturbating, was the audio taken from a live stream and chopped?
Mr. Cortner, we're getting into things which are simply not relevant to the issues I have to determine.
Did the police officer Alex Gordon tell you that I didn't do anything illegal?
Objection.
No, he did not say that. He said that it would be appropriate to report you to the FBI.
Okay. Question answered. Ask your next question.
And hearsay.
Can you tell me what this video means right here?
Hold the microphone as close as you can.
What I didn't do was what these people did. Sarah Barrett, Sharon Hensley, and Coach Eli, co-conspirators in a SWAT call against this guy. The police were sent to this guy's residence.
What did you mean about that?
I was referring to a SWAT call that was actually made by Sharon Hensley, not Sarah Barrett. But at the time, I insinuated that Eli and Sarah were involved when they were indeed not. Sharon Hensley put her daughter up into phoning and making a wellness check against the Robert Patrick Jensen in Florida and claimed that he had a gun, and did so under the name of my ex-girlfriend, Dale Jasmine Millington.
So was she or was she not a conspirator, excuse me, in making SWAT calls like you said in this video?
She was not, as far as I know.
Okay, that's the answer.
Okay.
Ask your next question.
Can you tell me what you meant by this in this video?
Fucking bizarre.
Look at this.
Yeah, outside her supposed stalker's house, right?
Right, she's
Yep.
getting ROs on JB Gunner, and then, yeah, she's taking pictures outside.
You know why she wasn't really scared of JB? Because those death threats that she used to get that RO, those were death threats that were made toward me. But because they didn't use my name, Barbara, they used the name Swamp Rat, which is what they called me. She told the judge that she was Swamp Rat.
Fucking lying bitch.
So the death threats made against me is what she used, saying it was her, and got the RO.
You know, I hope someone catches up to her and charges her ass with perjury.
I'm sorry, what exactly is the question?
Yeah, she
Look
was
at
real
that.
scared there, doesn't she?
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
She would have been scared if she knocked on the door herself.
It's just another person another man that she's falsely accused of shit. Fucking cunt.
Yeah, I'll give it to him. JB's a lot of things, but one thing he didn't do was fuck with Sarah.
No, he didn't. She fucked with him, though. She's just a hateful freaking cunt. She hates everybody.
Well, JB is genuinely scared of Sarah.
Yeah, he was. Oh, wait, look. Look.
When you guys were making this video about Sarah Barrett going over to JB Gunner's house after she put a restraining order on him, were you indicating that she's a stalker? What were you trying to get across?
Objection.
Yeah, we don't need to go into a whole different scenario here. I'm going to grant the objection.
Okay. Have you ever made threats of violence to me?
I've made comments in response to your threats of violence against me, yes.
Have you ever threatened to throw an axe in my face?
I meant that sarcastically, but yes.
Have you ever threatened to beat me to a bloody pulp?
In response to comments you made about stomping a mud hole in my ass, yeah.
What was the comment that made you say you want to throw an axe in my face?
The fact that you said that you were going to hop on a bus and come to Canada tomorrow to stomp a mud hole in my ass.
So you said you were going to throw an axe in my face because I said I was going to stomp a mud hole in your ass?
That's what he said, yes.
Okay.
Ask your next question.
And then why did you say you were going to break my nose?
Because you said you were going to stomp a mud hole in my ass.
So I said it again?
Well, is that an inappropriate response to threats of violence?
It's not an answer. Ask your next question, Mr. Cortner. This is getting way into the weeds, and it's not necessary for this hearing.
What did you mean when you said you were going to put me in a wheelchair?
I guess the same thing I meant when I said I'd throw an axe at your head if you came to my house to fight me.
Okay, so I'm going to object to this line of questioning, Your Honor. It's pretty obvious that the petitioner, at least allegedly, has challenged people to fights and made a lot of threats on his own, and there's a whole
lot of back and forth here.
I deny ever making any threats
Okay,
to him.
Mr. Cortner, it's not.
That's what they do. It's kind of like the Jerry Springer show on steroids, I guess.
They would like to think so. Mr. Cortner, ask your next question, and I'm not interested in the conflict between you and Mr. Duran.
Okay.
I'm interested in the conflict between you and Ms. Barrett.
Okay. What did you mean in this video?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. ODN probably does have a strong case against Sarah now, right?
Well, he's not the judge. and
ODN,
is
you want me to
of
testify against her?
value to me.
What did you mean when you said you wanted to be my witness?
Is
For
this
this court
question
case.
admissible or?
Yes, go ahead and answer that.
Okay. I don't know. At the time, I must have been beefing with Sarah. I don't remember when I made those statements.
All right, I got 2 more questions and I'm done.
Actually, I believe at the time I wasn't even speaking to Sarah and had no contact with her and had no idea what was really going on.
I'll show it again. Contaminating the show. Full conversation here. Says, can you take her down for me right now? Shoot her in the fucking head. If we get an order on her, Sarah, just let this go. If she doesn't remove the stream, you can take her down on the replay from the library.
Shoot her in the head.
Yep.
Shoot her in the head.
Yep.
Take her
So
out.
everybody's threatening you, huh, Sarah?
What did you mean by that in that video?
Well, I can't see what exactly that I'm reading off of. I'm not sure if this was private Facebook messages that we had access to that we were reading or what.
Okay.
But
Okay, let me ask you this question. What did you mean in this video?
I saw a really stupid comment from Charisse saying that something about, oh, we're just scared about, we don't want to take responsibility for the hitman. Charisse, shut up. I will literally hire a hitman to kill you. All right.
What did you mean by that in that video?
I was sarcastic. I was being facetious. It was a funny comment.
And when you say you
I was
will
being
literally...
what they call a smart aleck.
We're dealing with issues that are way outside of the
That's my
purview of
witness, Charisse Van Horn.
It's like we're just bringing the mud wrestling into the courtroom now.
Yes, that's a good analogy.
Okay, this is my last video right here.
You said you wanted to contact the little girl and talk about your penis with her.
Well, ask about why her father has other men's dicks on her.
You want to talk to a 10-year-old little girl about dicks?
Yeah, why not?
Because that's pedophilic behavior. That's why not.
Call the cops.
Call the cops. You want me to call the cops because you want to talk to a little girl about your penis?
Yeah, do it. Call the cops.
Something's wrong with your brain, dude.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Yeah, I'll contact.
Yeah, you are. You're saying you want to talk to a little girl about your penis.
Why is your daddy?
Why do you want to talk to a little girl about your penis?
Well, why is her dad upset with my penis?
That's irrelevant, dude. You
Well,
can't
it's
go
irrelevant.
talk to a little girl about your penis.
I can do whatever the fuck I like. Call the cops.
Is this or is this not how this all started?
And we'll go back on the record in two cause numbers, 3 matters. Cortner versus Barrett, cause number AH060121B. Barrett versus Cortner, cause number AH102621, and a motion for a finding of contempt filed in the original matter AH060121B. And I have prepared orders in this case, and I don't see, oh, there's Ms. Barrett online. And Ms. Barrett, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. And I note that your counsel, Mr. Knapp, is present in the courtroom. Again, I think both parties are well aware of the nature of this case, but there has been a lot of extraneous information regarding allegations about other individuals, conflicts with other individuals. All of that may be relevant to support allegations here as being consistent with the allegations here, but no other person is requesting a protection order. No other person has filed a petition. No other person is a subject of this action. I want to go over the elements of harassment under RCW 1014 that I am bound to follow and use in my decision making here. Now, the weakness of this statute in this case is that it was all done before all of this modern stuff involving YouTube channels, and all of the text messaging and all of this other stuff. But I think that the provisions set forth in here can be reasonably applied to the current situation. And I will discuss those and their applicability as we go through this. Harassment is defined by statute as a knowing and willful course of conduct directed at a specific person which seriously alarms, annoys, harasses, or is detrimental to such person, and which serves no legitimate or lawful purpose. The course of conduct shall be such as would cause a reasonable person to suffer substantial emotional distress, and shall actually cause substantial emotional distress to the petitioner. A course of conduct means a pattern of conduct composed of a series of acts over a period of time, however short, evidencing a continuity of purpose. Course of conduct includes, in addition to any other form of communication, contact, or conduct, the sending of an electronic communication, but does not include constitutionally protected free speech. Constitutionally protected activity is not included within the meaning of course of conduct. In RCW 1014-030, more fully defining course of conduct states as follows. In determining whether the course of conduct serves any legitimate or lawful purpose, the court should consider whether, 1, any current contact between the parties was initiated by the respondent only or was initiated by both parties. 2, whether the respondent has been given clear notice that all further contact with the petitioner is unwanted. 3, whether the respondent's course of conduct appears designed to alarm, annoy, or harass the petitioner. 4, whether the respondent is acting pursuant to any statutory authority, including but not limited to acts which are reasonably necessary to A, protect property or liberty interests, B, enforce the law, or C, meet specific statutory duties or requirements. 5, whether the respondent's course of conduct has the purpose or effect of unreasonably interfering with the petitioner's privacy, or the purpose or effect of creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive living environment for the petitioner. And 6, whether conduct or contact by the respondent with the petitioner or the petitioner's family has been limited in any manner by any previous order. Now, in addition to that, I am going to rule as a matter of law that you, Mr. Cortner, and you, Ms. Barrett, are public figures. You have YouTube channels, which are a public broadcast that anybody can access and log on to. When a person becomes a private or a public figure as opposed to a private person, the rules change substantially. A public figure can be criticized or harangued almost without limit, as long as it is constitutionally protected free speech. It can't be harassment directed at a person, but it is constitutionally protected free speech if it is speech about a person. And there is a world of difference there. We see every day speech about public figures. That just comes with the territory. And you, by having a YouTube channel, and you, by commenting on things of all different stripes, have both become public figures, as that definition defines it. So the rules are a little different here. And there are some things, Mr. Cortner and Ms. Barrett, that you two can be protected from, but commentary, which is First Amendment protected, is not one of those. But it is you who have opened yourself up to that. And it is you who now have to live with the consequences. Reading through the criteria for course of conduct, it is clear to me that Ms. Barrett has harassed Mr. Cortner. The most egregious thing that was done was entering into his neighborhood, posting flyers on neighbors' doors, and I am finding that you posted, Ms. Barrett, flyers indicating that Mr. Cortner was a danger and a pedophile with his picture on it. Now, you claimed in your testimony that you did not do that.
Absolutely did not do that.
Well, that's just fine. But a fact finder, whether it be a jury or a judge, is able to make logical conclusions from facts presented to it. In this case, the notes on the doors, the contacts with the neighbors, and the flyers that appeared posted in public areas like bus shelters and community mailboxes all appeared at the same time, with no explanation as to where they would have come from, except that they appeared the same time you were in the neighborhood. So I am finding that you posted those just as you posted those matters on the...
I absolutely did not post those.
That would be fine. You can continue to deny it. But I am finding that by a preponderance of the evidence, those were posted by you. Now, that was only one of the instances here. The driving by of the grandfather's house, the posting of the pictures of his residence, the posting of Mr. Cortner's residence, the running of his license plates in violation of the law, the solicitation to harm Mr. Cortner. Now, you pass that off as a joke, as nothing intentional, but your tone when I listened to that recording clearly indicated a seriousness to that. And in fact, your witness testified that he didn't think it was a joke. That and a great many other things, giving his address and his location and urging people to contact him, to go by his house. The reference to Girl Scout cookies obviously was not a serious one, but the others were. So
he threatened to come by my house. He showed.
There was. I am finding that your presence in his neighborhood, the posting of the flyers, and the encouraging of other people to harass him, to stalk him specifically, and to harm him, all constitute harassment as defined by statute. Now, what does not constitute harassment, Mr. Cortner, is her mocking you online, her making fun of you online, her taking your words and commentary over that. I'm sure she just tries to goad you into saying things that she can use on her show to make fun of you. As a public figure, you just have to live with that. There is one way you can avoid the vast majority of that, and that is by simply not watching her YouTube channel. I cannot for the life of me understand why you would go and watch something for hours on end just to see what might be said about you, when all you have to do is simply ignore it. Tune it out. Don't go there. There is lots of other material online that you can go see. And you are no stranger also to that same kind of commentary. I don't know who was the most vulgar, the most unrefined, the most reprehensible. Yeah, she's a public figure. You can say what you want about her, but you can't say anything to her that constitutes harassment. And as far as I can tell, you have merely said things about her. So I am granting you an order of protection, Mr. Cortner. I am providing in here, Ms. Barrett, that you may not contact Mr. Cortner in any manner whatsoever. I am providing that all contact and communication is prohibited, including all forms of electronic communication and contact through third parties. Contact does not include all communications. Does not all include all communications posted in electronic format. Contact does include all communications posted in electronic format and intended for petitioner. Constitutionally protected activity is not prohibited by this order, but, depending on the content, may fall under other provisions of law, either criminal or civil. I am ordering Ms. Barrett that you may not go within 1,000 feet of Mr. Cortner's residence, wherever that may be, and not within 1,000 feet of his grandfather's home, as Mr. Cortner does visit there on occasion. That is located in Puyallup, Washington. And you may not go to petitioner's mother's house or within 1,000 feet thereof, which is located in Latah County, Idaho. I am also finding that this protection order will be for 5 years. I'm finding specifically that the petitioner violated the previously issued temporary order as prohibited by Section 6 of RCW 1014-030, which says contact by the respondent with the petitioner or the petitioner's family has been limited in any manner by any previous court order, and that the harassment is likely to resume in the future if not prohibited. A duration of more than 1 year is warranted. Regarding the motion for order of contempt in this same manner, cause number AH060121B, I am finding that the respondent is found to be in contempt of court in that she did knowingly and intentionally contact the petitioner by direct electronic contact in violation of the prohibition against doing so contained in a temporary protection order entered in this manner. The order provides that the court reserves all legally imposable sanctions, including jail time, for the maximum time allowed, 2 years from today, absent any further violations of any order issued in this case. Potential liability for the contempt found will expire on December 2nd, 2023.